Last year, I started wearing one of these, a continuous glucose monitor. I'm not diabetic, and I knew that my cells were still insulin resistant, but I'd been keto for years, fasting weekly for years, and I thought my sugars were going to be good. Well, I was wrong.
Most people think blood sugar problems only matter if you have diabetes. The truth is, every meal you eat, every drink of glass you drink, even every stressful moment, it's all spiking and crashing your glucose in ways you can't see.
All right, today I'm finishing up my 10-day course with a blood glucose monitor. You basically put this into your arm, there's a needle that sticks into your skin, and then it takes readings of your blood glucose at certain intervals. And what it does is it shows your blood glucose over a 24-hour period. So these are the results from the last 7 days.
And those hidden swings, they decide how much energy you have, how clear your brain feels, how easily you gain fat, and how well you sleep at night. That's why I strapped on a continuous glucose monitor, and what it revealed will change how you look at food and lifestyle forever. Welcome to the Ageless Protocol. Why the hell are so many healthy people gluing glucose sensors to their arms? Actually, it's a metabolic wake-up call. Once upon a time, continuous glucose monitors, CGMs, were only for diabetics. Fast forward to now, non-diabetics are buying them out, slapping them on their arms, and analyzing every food bite like it's a science experiment. Why? Because they're starting to realize something most doctors aren't saying out loud. Your blood sugar can wreck your health, even if you're not diabetic. Most people assume if they're not obese or diagnosed with type 2 diabetes, they're metabolically fine. That's a lie. You can be lean, eat clean, fast daily, and still have metabolic chaos going on under the surface, and the worst part is you won't even know it. A CGM doesn't just give you a number. It shows you patterns. The real-time data exposes how your daily choices, even the so-called healthy ones, spike your glucose, throw off your energy, crash your mood, and silently build insulin resistance over time. You think you know your body? CGMs say otherwise. Let's destroy a few myths while we're at it. Do you think oatmeal is heart healthy? A CGM might tell you it spikes your glucose like a donut. Your light jog after dinner barely moves the needle. That one glass of wine at night might wreck your blood sugar for days. This is not paranoia. This is real-time evidence. And you know what's shocking? Even people with normal annual blood work, fasting glucose, A1C, and insulin are finding out they're insulin resistant when they strap one of these sensors on, because lab results give you one data point in a year. CGMs show your daily glucose roller coaster, and some of you are on Six Flags level chaos without realizing it. That's exactly why here at the Ageless Protocol, we break down the hidden truths about your health that no one's talking about. Also, quick tip for our community. We've secured some exclusive discounts on continuous glucose monitors and related tools. Why non-diabetics are spending hundreds a month for this tech? CGMs aren't cheap. No insurance, no coverage. You're easily looking at $200 per month just for access. That doesn't include the cost of calibration meters, blood sticks, or, if you want to be ultra-accurate, wearable integrations like Apple Watch or Fitbit. So why are people willingly burning cash on this? Because for many, it's the first time they're finally seeing how their body reacts in real time. Forget nutrition theory. Forget guessing. CGMs show the raw truth, what your actual glucose response is to your lifestyle. Not what a health guru claims. Not what a food label says. Your body, your response. People are obsessed because it's not abstract anymore. You eat a banana. Your glucose hits a 160. You feel drained an hour later. You see the crash. It's no longer just in your head. And if you're thinking, well, maybe a few spikes aren't a big deal, let's shut that down now. Repeated glucose spikes and crashes over time are exactly how you get insulin resistance. And insulin resistance is the messy gateway drug to fat gain, fatigue, brain fog, PCOS, early aging, and of course, full-blown type 2 diabetes. And it's not just about food. In the next part, we'll break down how things like sleep, stress, exercise, sauna, caffeine, and even the order in which you eat your food massively change your glucose response and how you can start using this to your advantage. It's what else is screwing up your blood sugar without you realizing it. Now you know your healthy meals might be secretly jacking up your glucose. But let's go deeper, because this rabbit hole gets wild. You can wreck your blood sugar without even touching food. Yes, we're talking about stress, sleep, workouts, and even your morning coffee. These invisible factors might be messing with your metabolism more than the food on your plate. Stress, the hidden glucose bomb. Stress, aka your body's silent glucose booster. You could be sitting in traffic, arguing with your partner, or panicking about a deadline, and your body treats it like a lion's chasing you. What does it do? It dumps stored glucose from your liver into your bloodstream to fuel the fight. But you're not running. You're just sitting there. So now you've got high glucose, no movement, and your cells are soaking in sugar they didn't even ask for. Sleep. More accurately, the lack of it. One bad night, and your glucose goes nuts. Wake up and notice a spike before you've eaten anything? That's the dawn effect. Your body releases cortisol as you wake up, a normal process. But if you're sleep-deprived or stressed, that cortisol surge is worse. And guess what? It causes your liver to dump even more glucose into your bloodstream. Your day starts with a blood sugar spike before breakfast even hits your mouth. Exercise. Exercise, because it can either help or hurt your glucose, depending on how you move. You go hard. Weights, HIIT, and real sweat. Your glucose may spike during the workout. That's okay. Your muscles are calling for fuel. But a light stroll might barely touch your glucose at all. No sweat, no cleanup, and late-night workouts might mess with your sleep and delay your body's ability to bring your glucose back down. Timing and intensity matter more than you think. Alcohol. Yes, alcohol. Everyone's favorite health blind spot. One glass might look innocent, but CGMs don't lie. Sure, your glucose might drop temporarily. But hours later? Spikes, crashes, poor sleep, weird morning numbers. And worst of all, that one drink can keep your glucose out of whack for multiple days. Still think that glass of wine is harmless? Caffeine. The morning spike. Nobody talks about. Black coffee is safe because it's got zero sugar? Think again. For many people, caffeine causes a glucose surge, especially on an empty stomach. Why? Because it triggers cortisol, your stress hormone, which sends glucose pouring into your system. That's why your glucose might jump 20 points after a harmless cup. And poor sleep the night before has just set fire to your metabolic system before 9 a.m. What do we get? All of this. Stress, sleep, workouts, alcohol, caffeine. They aren't just small influences. They're major levers of your metabolic health. And if you're not tracking this in real time with a CGM, you're walking through a minefield blindfolded. How about we talk about the hacks that flatten glucose spikes, balance your energy, and help you finally understand what your body actually needs, how to outsmart your blood sugar. Simple hacks. Okay, we've torn down the lies. Your healthy breakfast, your stressful job, your wine habit, all messing with your glucose whether you realize it or not. Now it's time to flip the switch, because once you see what affects your blood sugar, you can manipulate it. This is where things get powerful. That's how you can do it. Hack number 1. Eat in the right order. Yes, it matters. Want to crush your glucose spike without cutting carbs? Eat your protein and fat first. Carbs last. Sounds stupidly simple, but it works. If you eat toast or fruit on an empty stomach, straight to the bloodstream, straight to a spike. But if you eat eggs or some steak before the carbs, that spike gets flattened. It's like putting a speed bump in front of the sugar rush. Hack number 2. Walk after you eat. Seriously, just walk. One of the most underrated glucose hacks is this. Walk for 10-15 minutes after your meals. That's it. You don't need a gym. You don't need to sweat. You just need to move your body. Why? Because your muscles will suck up glucose like a sponge when you move without needing tons of insulin. You're basically clearing the sugar straight out of your blood before it gets a chance to cause damage. Eat, walk, stabilize. That's the formula. Hack number 3. Fast smart, not dumb. Intermittent fasting is great until it isn't. If you break a fast with junk or overload on carbs when you're already stressed or underslept, guess what? You'll spike hard. The trick is to break your fast with protein and fat. Not a smoothie, not cereal, not oatmeal. Give your system something slow to digest. Then wait before eating anything high carb. This keeps your first glucose response of the day from going nuclear. Hack number 4. Monitor trends, not just numbers. CGM isn't about chasing perfect glucose. It's about spotting trends. Do you spike every time you eat late at night? Is your morning average always higher after bad sleep? Does sushi hit you harder than pizza? This is your body's report card. You'll start to notice patterns and triggers. And from there, you make better moves. Forget diet plans. Forget calorie counting. This is personal data. Your data. It shows what actually works for you. Hack number 5. Flatten the spikes. Stabilize your life. Those constant spikes and crashes are frying your system. They wreck your energy, kill your focus, age you faster, mess with your hunger, trash your sleep. And worst of all, they happen even when you feel fine. Flattening those spikes isn't just about blood sugar, it's about taking control of your entire health. Mental clarity, more stable moods, better workouts, less belly fat, deeper sleep, all of it. And the best thing is, you don't need to go keto. You don't need to starve. You just need to know how your body responds. The silent glucose chaos, the hidden triggers, and the hacks that actually make a difference. This isn't about perfection, it's about awareness. Once you see the truth, you can't unsee it. CGMs aren't just a tool for diabetics anymore. They're a reality check for everyone else who thinks they're healthy. And this is just the beginning of what we uncover here on the Ageless Protocol. Welcome to the Metabolic Revolution. If you found this eye-opening, make sure you follow and subscribe to the Ageless Protocol.